Okay, in this section, we're going to be talking about the multiplication and division of integers. And, multiplication and division of integers is really not that bad. And I noticed that after I started reading through the section and trying to figure out, why there were so much questions and concerns about this section, I realized why. Because they made it sound like this was something so confusing. And it absolutely does not have to be that confusing. There are two rules for multiplying and dividing integers, or really any numbers. That sign numbers. I would probably be a better way of putting it. Multiplying and dividing signed numbers, because this works with fractions and decimals and whole numbers and natural numbers and anything in the real number family. Um, so let's just stick with the two rules. And those two rules are, if the signs are the same, then the answer is positive. Always. And so what I mean by that is, like we know that if I had 2 times 3, that would equal 6, right? We've done that all of our lives. Well, the reason for that is because they are the same sign. They're both positive, so that equals 6. So if I were to say negative 2 times negative 3, that would also equal 6. We just multiply the 2 times the 3, and then because the signs are the same, the answer is positive. Now, you might see it multiplication written different ways. You could see it as just using the parenthesis instead of the x, because we generally don't use x for the multiplication. You might see it written as a dot, or just usually just the parentheses. So, and then with, of course, with division, we could have 6 divided by 3 is 2, or we could have 6 divided by negative 3, that would be negative 2. You could have division written either as, a straight across division problem with the division symbol, or also the fraction bar is just another way, a more compact way of writing division also. So, anyway, so you may see it different ways, but the concept is, if the signs are the same, the answer is always positive. If the signs are different, the answer is always negative. So if we had 2 times negative 3, then that would be a negative 6. Just multiply the numbers and then worry about the signs. All right, now I know that some of you were asking questions about and saying that they had a lot of division stuff in this section and a lot of explanation of division. Well, what they were trying to do was to relate division back to multiplication. So, for instance, what they were trying to do was to say, if we have 6 divided by 3, that equals 2. Well, that can be rewritten as a multiplication problem of 2 times 3. My pen's not working very well, equals 6. So the 2 and the 3 here would be considered factors, and the 6 would be considered a product. If it can be rewritten, of course, using multiplication, then remember multiplication is just repeated addition. So this goes back to that the only operation that we truly have in the world is addition. And subtraction, multiplication, and division are just manipulations of addition. So, but they really made it a lot more complicated than what it had to be.